Hello and welcome to Banking Frontiers Live. We are having a very interesting and an in-depth discussion on architecting the workplace of the future. We are not here to say that, hey, work from home is the best thing to have or it is something new. We all know that it has become the new normal. Let us try to discuss what are the difficulties that the financial organizations have been facing today with all that existing hyper workplace solutions that they have been deploying. What is the kind of solution that they can look forward for mitigating those risks or getting a better experience? And what is going to be the work experience of the future? With me today is Prajit. Prajit Nair is from VMware and he is going to share with us some wonderful insights. Prajit, welcome to Banking Frontiers Live.
Thank you. Pleasure being here, Babu.
So, Prajit, work from home or rather work from anywhere is no longer a great USP to have. What is it in your experience of conversations with the organizations you see are they missing? Where are the kind of gaps there and what are the areas which need improvement?
It's a nice question, Babu, because as you rightly mentioned, people have now got tuned to working from anywhere. I mean, the last whole year experience plus, especially in the last 4 to 6 weeks that we are seeing the second wave, uh, you know, at least from a business continuity perspective, companies are not impacted because they had already started taking care a year before. And even when we got the second pandemic wave again this year, we have not really seen too many customers really needing to re-architect or look for solutions. What should be done now, because the good part is whatever they prepared last year and that DNA in the organization to adapt to any challenges has taken them through. And as we go through the challenges currently, organizations are clear from a business continuity perspective. They're all working, people are connecting to their applications, data, and everybody is in some form or the other working in the remote best possible way that they can work in. Now, the challenge is not in the response for a business continuity. What has really become a challenge, or what customers that we speak to are sharing their challenges with us, is that because of the diverse nature of their applications, data, infrastructure, the way they have hosted with some of the applications on premises, some of the applications on the cloud, few of the devices which are their own devices, which are company owned devices, few devices which are BYO devices, which they have to do that. And organizations have also employed a lot more people now from different cities. Earlier, if my office was in Bombay, I would source for people only from Bombay to be working for the location. Today, with the gig economies opening up, it is like, I can truly recruit a good, talented person, maybe from Trivandrum, if I need to be. What has happened different in now is that customers are looking at ways and means that in such a diverse environment where some of the devices could be my own devices, some of the devices could be a BYO concept where it's the employee bringing in. A few of the networking locations that I'm having could be as diverse location. So in such a kind of a diverse workforce, or rather a distributed workforce, how can I align the right amount of security, at the same time deliver the best user experience to retain the best talent in the organization? They are revalidating that whatever investments they have done in the last year, is it good enough? Do they need to correct it? Can they augment it, or possibly build towards a platform more sustainable for a longer term in the future?
So, what is the new standard that is coming in these organizations in terms of experience and in terms of frictionless security that is possible for the workforce of the future?
The important piece that organizations are looking at it is, how can I look at ways to simplify my management, which will not only bring in the required controls that I need specifically in the industry that I operate in, at the same time, I do allow employees the flexibility that they need in current times. Now, if you look at various models, over the period of time, organizations have built various technologies in security. You have built using VPN, you have built in using multi-factor authentication, you have added layers of next generation antivirus, EDR, you got your firewall, IDS, PPS, and as you rightly mentioned, you need to keep on constantly upgrading the security based on the threats that you see in the outside world. There is new forms of malwares which come in, there is new forms of hackings which happen. And organizations are always trying to protect themselves against various such levels of threat. On the other side, what has happened is organizations have built traditional tools which were working good for them in the earlier era or the pre-pandemic era. So people used to have various means and various point solutions to meet these requirements. On top of that, what used to happen is organizations always had different departments meant for doing different work. So there were a lot of silos operating like that. Our endeavor has been that can we look at truly solutions which number one helps consolidate and remove the silos. Number two, make it easy for the organization by consolidating the number of tools that they are using. Like instead of using multiple tools, can we look at a tool which is completely cloud ready and no longer needs to work on a domain joined machine basis and can deliver the patch update, asset inventory across the wide geo, across the devices which are now outside your office premises, because now the devices are at home. And connecting over a VPN has not been a great experience for our customers, because VPN were never designed to hold such kind of huge amount of people connecting together back to the offices. So in such a kind of situation, you need a cloud-based solutions, which will not only fetch the inventory details of all that devices that are connecting, but also give you the context that where is he coming from? Is he coming from an approved device? Whether the device that he's coming from is secure or not, whether the applications this user is accessing, is it relevant to him or not? And at the same time, look at all the other quality of services that can be delivered to the user. Because in India, as you know, the last mile still is a challenge. What is it that solution from our side that we bundled in our SD-WAN solution also as part of it, so that we are also delivering a QoS, a dedicated quality of service, depending on the application that the customer is using. So we have integrated all of this into our SASE framework, building access solution, building SD-WAN solutions, building your cloud web security applications, and also a distributed firewall, IDS, IPS, and the next generation EDR capability bundled to deliver anywhere workspace for our customer. And that's what we are really excited about announcing it globally.
What are the things that you see is coming into this space of work from home in next 2 years from now, according to you?
So there could be solutions, like I mentioned, SASE will become the main framework. And I think every security vendor is talking about the solution, how to control access, how to bring in quality of service with SD-WAN. What are the cloud web security options like URL filtering, CASP solutions, cloud security web gateway, all of that integrated together. And of course, the distributed firewall, IDS, IPS, what we are trying to do. So this becomes a major framework as far as the security is concerned, because this integrates very well with the access and the security that you will. The only layer that customer will look at building more and more that we see is how could bots play a role into it? What could be the structure of additional intelligence that we can add into it? What is the level of monitoring that we can enhance into it? Like we are already talking to a few vendors and we have implemented a couple of solutions on facial biometric integration into the solution, which means the customer is looking at solutions whereby just a user ID, a name, or a multi-factor authentication is not enough. It also needs to monitor this person who is sitting in front of the machine is the right person. I mean, I cannot log in under separate ID and walk away, and somebody else comes and sits and starts doing the work. That is ruled out. It will check for that this person is right and who's doing it. An interesting space in this field is this is getting more and more enhanced to even read my facial expression. Am I happy? Am I sad? Based on the HR related thing, that is the employee feeling stressed? or they can take out benchmark that over 1,000 employee across the country, this particular city there were 20 employees and they were looking sad. So has it got to do something with that specific city? What could be the problem? So some sort of behavioral analysis, facial expressions, bot intelligence, all integrating into this space is what we look as the future coming up in this space.
Fantastic. We will keep this thread of communication going and look forward to learn more and more developments as and when it comes from you and your team at VMware. Thank you very much, Prajit.
Thank you, Babu. Pleasure coming to and always sharing and learning from various feedbacks that I get on the panel. Thank you.
Thank you.